is rolling.
You tell me when.
Action.
Hi you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another week of your favorite show, my favorite show. I love our show. Hope you love it too because we love you. Stephanie Banks here along with
Sensual Trouble. That's my newest. It's my newest.
I swear we don't pay him to say these things.
It's my newest one. I got it from a coworker just recently and I like it. So hopefully the title below says Sensual Trouble. But this is your co-host Vibe here. Thanks for tuning in to the Lowdown Live episode
Oh boy.
7.
Are you sure?
No.
See, he was just going to give you false data, and I definitely was going to put a stop to that, because I don't stand for false data.
We don't stand for false data. I like to retract my statement. This is episode question mark.
I know. You know, we've taken a little hiatus. It has been the summer, which is actually, it still feels for anybody in South Florida. I still feel like it's the summer. A lot of humidity going on, and actually this week has kind of been rainy for us, which is out of our May-June season since we are in the middle of September. But I know a lot of our up north folks, they're breaking out the winter gear, and I mean, I see Instagram, people are like bundled up, and I do want the cold weather because I like breaking out the nice, you know, wardrobe, and I like opening the windows and having the fresh air in the house. But I do enjoy flip-flops and a nice tank top.
I enjoy having seasons, which you don't have here in South Florida. We have the dry season and the wet season. We're almost done with the wet season, even though it's going out with a wet bang.
Right.
But I'd like to have a little chill. I appreciate it. Less glistening, less sweating for the doc.
I mean, speaking of fall, we're entering. I was in Michael's the other day, and it was Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and I went, wow.
I love Michael's.
You know, it puts it in perspective. We're in the last quarter of the year, last 4 months.
Yes, this is where the holidays come. This is where big spending. When we break our wallets. For the ones we love.
Some people plan throughout the year. I have a girlfriend that shops every month. I always say, and I'm sure, I don't know if you're one of these people, but I'm sure that they're out there. I'm always the pre-planner that's like, okay, I'm gonna get everything done by November. And like, I'm in the mall like the week before. I gotta go.
At least she's honest.
I gotta go to this store.
At least she's honest.
I mean, and then that's kind of, but wait, some people wait last minute because you get good deals.
Yeah, good deals before actually get trampled.
Well, you know, hey, look, when you speak of trampling, I think of the day after Thanksgiving, which is now, I guess, not called Black Friday for the politically correct. It's called something else.
When did they change that?
I don't know, but I mean, for people who don't understand it, it's when the businesses usually go in the red and it comes out of the red, and it's nothing. But yeah, now they call it like Super Saver Friday or something like that.
It's called Darkness Friday, and
they keep opening the stores earlier and earlier. I mean,
yes,
I remember they
yes.
used to be 5 or 6 o'clock. Now in the morning,
it's like 3 o'clock.
People are wrapping the line. I mean, people are. I'm shocked you don't see a whole family sitting outside with a table, eating their Thanksgiving dinner, just picking up and moving the table.
They probably do.
We're gonna search the web,
and we're gonna
find
random Darkness Friday photos. Why don't you send us yours?
Photos, videos.
Yes.
I mean, this is if you want them, if you have them in the past, recent, which is coming up. I mean, we're ending September. October is only a month and a half.
Share with us
between now and the shopping season starting. But yeah,
share
let
with
us know what you're buying.
And we'll put it up on the
Facebook.
Facebook, or maybe we'll overlay a nice little montage in one of the later episodes. When we have a Thanksgiving episode or
look, one of us can Instagram it. That's cool.
Or Instagramming.
That's definitely cool.
Hashtag Darkness Friday.
Okay, so
we can't call it Black Friday anymore. I'm gonna call it Darkness. We must stay true to the tradition. Sensual trouble.
I swear we don't drink before we start set. I mean,
I'm exhausted.
I watch Huda and Kathy Lee, and they have wine. And actually, speaking of drinking, we had mentioned to you the last time that we were going to bring to you a drink, but we have so much packed up in this segment. But I promise the next one, just in case for our viewers who are looking out there, I will still post my favorite drink.
I remember no such.
Yes.
I don't remember.
I even in my mind picked the drink that we were going to make, and because we're in Miami, we are going to do a Miami Vice.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
A little.
I don't remember this, but I will look back to the later episode that should be posted soon and verify this claim. I don't remember we did this.
Yes, we spoke about certain.
I understand the difference between episode and this episode. is how many weeks has it been? Several weeks difference. So
it's been a while. I'm sorry, but like I said, we've been on summer break, and so even though at home we're in anticipation to bring you all of the Lowdown Live that's happening not only here but all around our nation, our world. Yeah, you guys know personal time, family, friends, the whole nine, and I can never pass up a good barbecue.
It's fantastic excuses, and that's what we're bringing to you.
Okay, so talking about the Lowdown, this is going to go right over Jason's head, but I don't know what you guys did over the weekend, but I caught up a little bit, not too much. My DVR is still catching the recording on the Real Housewives of Miami season. I don't even know what season we're in, but the new season is back, and they did cut out a few of the different characters, and you have some new feuds going on. We have 2 weddings this season that's going to happen. They really have put a lot of anticipation. I know, like I said,
I'm anticipating this. Listening to you, the enthusiasm that you're showing to me. I want to watch this.
Look, I do not want to get hooked on any of the housewife characters. I don't watch any other. I watch Miami because I like to see, like, they call it the Real Housewives of Miami, and this is probably, I don't know, 25 or 30% of the real Miami, like, women, but...
I mean, the top 20, or...
Like, a percentage. Like,
right.
Not every female is going out and spending, $12,000 on a dress for the dinner with her husband.
Most females are, so you're talking about the top 10% of their show.
Well, I said like 25% of Miami.
You really think so?
Well...
I think you're being very generous.
Well... Oh, well, hello, look, Star Island is our next door neighbor.
Exactly.
So...
But when you cross over to Star Island, it's like, it's a whole different demographic, it's a whole different graphic.
That's why I gave it a small percentage.
25%? That's a quarter. You really think so?
Jason, have you been to South Beach lately?
I went last weekend and it rained really bad.
So anyway, my point is we have 2 weddings this season. I'm very, very excited. We have Joanne and we have Adriana. And there's these little tits and tats and feuds. And I don't know, I caught 2 of the episodes. Like I said, my DVR is recording the rest. I'm going to continue up on them. I just felt like as women, as grown adults, some of the that's going on between the women are a little too overrated. I really feel like maybe there should be some like real drama. Like, I absolutely love Lisa. I think that she is just fabulous. I like Adriana. I think she's very nice. I'm not sure about Leah. I could see where, for instance, they are talking that she kind of takes both sides. You do see the way that the footage is presented, but you never know what's really happening behind the scenes. But once again, not everybody socially gets along, and that this is what happens, and you get all these women together who, have cares in the world, but not like, they're going to be homeless tomorrow, and they're bickering about kind of stupid stuff. So, I don't know, I told you, I didn't get drawn into any of the other Housewife series. I watched the OC when it first came on. We're talking, I think, like 8 or 9 or 10 years ago, maybe even a little longer than that. But it really interests me. So I don't know if you're watching, but I'm watching, and I will keep you updated.
I'm not watching.
I will show you.
I won't. Yeah, she'll show me clips. For this show, I have to watch clips.
I wish in pre-production before, when we're getting ready, I could have caught up on some more, but that's at least what I saw. Few different things happening, actually, speaking in Miami. Chris Anderson, breaking news, was actually just released from the allegations of, the story, but wait, the allegations of messing with the underage girl. And so they're saying he had nothing to do with it, which is such a relief because he's such a star player, not only for our team, but here in Miami and so forth. But the story's kind of crazy, and I don't know, like, it's confusing, and I want your point of view, and I want your point of view. So according to the police investigation, what had happened was there was this older woman who lived in Canada, and she created this facade of a girl in California talking to Chris, who at this point was in Colorado on off season, and she allegedly even used Chris' photo to lure the girl. It doesn't sound right when you say it. You try saying lure, right? To bring the girl to meet Chris.
I think I'm from the dirty South now.
And she set up this whole scheme. So apparently they even met, and nothing had happened. There wasn't a relationship. There wasn't anything like that. But then this older woman, her name is Shirley, calls Chris and says, I want so much amount of money because she was a minor, trying to extort him for dating a minor. And this is where everything actually has come around.
But there was no...
The young girl, not the young girl, she was actually of age.
Right.
She had no connection apparently with this Shirley who lived in Canada, or no connection with Chris. It was just this weird triangle that this lady in Canada created in order to extort Chris Anderson.
Wow.
And so, like I said, allegations is that he finally all the allegations against him were dropped. But I mean, I can't believe to think like such an entangled web. Like, yeah.
You gotta give her props for trying. That sounds very elaborate.
I don't think she should get any attention. I think the fact that
attention, just props. I mean, that was.
I'm sorry, who would sit at home and be like, I can get this celebrity to talk to this person and then I can extort them. Bada boom, bada bing.
There's a lot of people. There are a lot of people that would think it. Actually do it? Maybe not.
I'm sorry. The random thought of extorting somebody, never mind even a celebrity, but somebody.
If you have a reason or...
Oh, maybe she has like mental issues. Right?
But yeah, sure.
Well, a big congratulations to Chris. We look forward to seeing you in the new season. Because he did, that's a little add-on, he did resign to the Miami Heat. So, thumbs up. It's seeming to be a great day for Mr. Anderson. You hear that? Yeah.
I know.
Okay, so speaking of basketball, Jay-Z is currently, what has been heard through the grapevine, selling his 1 of a 15th, which is accordingly only worth $1.5 million in the Barclays Center. And apparently he already sold a portion of it for $500,000. Now, I'm sure it's not like Jay-Z needs the money. And they were saying if he would have stayed in the investment that the center's doing so well, the arena, that it would have probably even been more lucrative for him. But
so why do you think he dropped out?
I don't know. First off, why would he own such a small percentage? I mean, Jay-Z's worth big money. I mean, maybe he saw it as a risk. I'm not really sure, but now he's selling it off, and so
there is so much work. I don't know. I don't know. When you buy a percentage
in the arena,
what does that mean? What are your obligations? What?
I don't know. I just know that he got a lot of slack because he was saying that he was like a big shareholder.
Oh.
But so speaking of money, and I have to pull this up because when I read this, I had to call Jason right away because our girl Britney Spears has taken residency. I'm sorry, I don't know if you guys know or not, but she is moving to Vegas.
I love
Britney
Vegas.
Spears, our crazy hitting with the umbrella girl. Britney Spears is going to Vegas.
She'll fit she'll fit right in.
Now wait, I feel two-sided on this situation. Part of me feels like it's really good because it will ground her, will stable her in one location. She won't have to be on tour for the next 2 years. So residency is good because it's still generating her revenue. When I speak of revenue, Jason, let me just pull up our lovely PerezHilton.com page. Shout out to our sources. She reportedly has taken a 2-year deal. It's a total of 48 shows. Now, we were speaking about this earlier, and you asked me,
how many weeks are in a year?
Right.
Okay, yes.
How many weeks are in a year? 52.
I did ask.
So that's realistically meaning she's doing 1 show a week. And actually, for the amount of money she's making, she could do for the average of us 1 show a month. But according to TMZ, she's apparently making $310,000 per performance. Ding, ding, ding. That adds up to $15 million. And for 2 years, that's $30 million.
That's not bad.
So $30 million. 30, and I'm thinking in my head because I'm counting the weeks as I'm going. So you're roughly thinking for working 1 day a week for the next 2 years, she's making $30 million.
And it's probably going to be the exact same show, right? So there is no re-rehearsal. Once you get it, you get it.
Right.
And that's it. So you're literally hanging out and just getting back into the motion for 1 day a week.
Now, don't get me wrong. She is having an album come out. So, I mean, maybe a lot of these stipulations... Wait. She's taking residency, which probably means she can't perform anywhere. Hence why she just got this album out, maybe. Because she still probably has stipulation that she could tour. Not tour like that, but travel to promote her album.
No, of course.
Radio City. I mean, she's still going to be making hand over fist money. Look at the deal that Celine Dion had got. They even built her own stadium, her arena.
Aren't they doing something similar for
She's actually
Britney?
going to be at Planet Hollywood.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if they're going to be building something. And when I talk about Celine Dion, I mean her tour grossed hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. Which, to be quite honest, I mean, maybe, I don't know about seating or anything like that. And I know tickets start off at $50. But you're thinking Britney Spears and you're thinking Vegas. $310,000 a show is a lot. But when you're thinking about the hundreds of millions of dollars over the 2 years that Planet Hollywood's going to make, I don't know, $15 million. I wonder how much she makes on tour. So in comparison, but then again, she's not traveling.
Right. I still think it's better. But then again, you know what they say, when you are coaxed into going to Vegas, it's one of two things: either you're on fire, or you're what is it? What's the word?
Did you say hot?
No, either you're on fire. You know, either you're good, or your career. There it is. Your career is kind of.
Well,
So-
no, we know Britney Spears' career is on the up and up. She's
Well-
making money when she's sleeping.
True, but it's an odd thing to do when you're prime. Did you hear they're trying to offer that to Bruno Mars?
No, I think Vegas is a younger crowd sometimes, and that's the thing. Look, I grew
Have
up.
you been to Vegas?
Yes.
A lot of old people there.
Shout out Cheryl. We went. My girlfriend just moved there, and we had the 21 year. I don't know. Were we 21? I don't know. I think maybe 23. But still, we had a good time.
I had a good time. I met a lot of old
Thank God. And oh my God, thank God Instagram was not out.
people.
I mean, I think back these kids today, and I don't mean kids like that. I'm only 29, but I couldn't imagine some of the social media that's out there for the younger adults. Because I mean, even though you make smart, stupid decisions, even though I know it's an oxymoron,
I was gonna say oxymoron.
but you make smart, stupid decisions. You make smarter. Wait. You make when you evaluate two stupid decisions, you think which one's smarter, and you go with that one.
Also, the lesser of two stupids.
The lesser of two. Yes.
The lesser of two
okay.
stupids.
So, but still, you still make smart, stupid decisions. And yeah, thank God for none of this video. I mean, I don't have Vine. I have only the video through Instagram.
Right.
But thank God for none of this. It would be quite embarrassing.
Do you think so?
I know.
You know they
so.
have kiosks there now where you can take a photo at a kiosk and they automatically upload to your Instagram or Facebook.
You're joking.
Yeah. And when I say kiosk, I mean it's like a little. It's yay high. It has a camera. You pick whatever background or whatever particularly is there. You can take the picture. You stand, take a photo, and you email it to yourself. You can Instagram it yourself. You can put it immediately to Facebook. That's how we did it. When I went with my homie, we went there into every kiosk, every single.
In Vegas?
One. In Vegas.
Wow. So it's like direct.
I'm gonna flash you guys some photos right now. These are kiosks. Nobody took these photos.
Wow.
Kiosk.
Can you speaking of kiosks, I watched this whole thing. Was it a big one?
No.
Oh,
No, it literally was. It's just like a little.
A regular photo booth.
Yeah.
I watched this
No
whole thing
photo
on
booth.
Shark Tank. These guys created it, and did you get to put on like funny things, or was it just the two of you?
No, it's just the two of us. Just
Oh.
real quick on our way to whatever.
I had to sidebar. I'm sorry.
So, I like sidebars.
Okay, but
Kiosk.
salad bars or sidebars? See, I'm hungry. We haven't eaten yet.
I don't want to get more greens. See, I'm on a meal plan now, and I'm trying to, just get my sexy back. So, all I hear when I think of food is lots and lots of grass. I eat like a rabbit.
Some people like grass.
Huh? Well, I'm not one of those. I want my meat, my salts, and my sugars, and my starches, carbs.
That's not what I meant.
I don't know what we're talking about anymore. I'm starving now. I'm getting some
See,
Taco
we're
Bell after
both
this.
hungry. So other things going on in the world. There's so much happening. I do want to have the reflection. We just actually had the 12-year anniversary for 9/11.
We did.
Very, very sad. Our hearts always go out to not only so many to name, but just not the friends, the family, anybody who was involved. And I think, I was speaking to somebody about this the other day when we were talking about the nuclear weapon situation. There's not a big difference, and that fine line of what keeps us separated from others is opportunity or opportunities. And, Christina Aguilera, she actually just went around and fed all the homeless. And I think it was in Africa, I'm not sure. But she said that she had realized that the difference between them and her was complete opportunity.
Absolutely.
Because as an individual, you are the same. We're born with the same amount of smarts, the same amount of intellect, the same characteristics. It's how we apply
same amount of
it.
potential, basically.
Correct. And so that's really scary to think that I get so choked up because it's so bothersome to me that we live in the world that we live in, and it's such a sensitive subject, so I don't want to get into it because I don't want people to feel one way or another. And even though we do discuss politics, we do have a certain reframe because of respect and stuff like that. And I don't think it's disrespectful, but my personal opinion is how do you say you're protecting the nation and something, and I'm not saying that's simple, but something that non-complex happened, you know, and that bothers me because supposedly we have special op agents in different parts of the world saving people or keeping spies on people and doing this, and we can't know what's going on in our, not even just our own backyard, but going on in our own front yard. So, but yes, our thoughts, of course, I don't want to hash or get into that, but our thoughts and prayers are definitely with the families, and there's just so many things going on. Obama was on Jay Leno, and they were trying to really hit him hard with a lot of these questions that he was being asked by Jay, and one of the questions was about, as an individual, people are really concerned with the tapping of our phones and things like that. And I just wanted to say, you know, what? It's so hard because when I don't see Obama, I'm like, he's not doing such a great job. But he is a very convincing president, and
very charismatic.
And I was speaking to somebody the other day, and this is, I think, the best way I've ever put it. When you're the president, you are the face of the PR.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what your job is. Your job is to get the information across,
It's to sell it. It's to sell it to the public, to sell it to the world.
As I watched him on Jay Leno, I bought it all.
Yeah.
He is lovely. He's charming. He talks about his family.
Yeah.
He, you know, none of these things that you see going on or any of the other things that are out and about that come across about him being a negative president, him not doing enough, him not doing X, Y, and Z. You kind of forget about it because of how good of a speaker he is.
Which is the point of it. I believe the president of the United States is nothing more than a figurehead.
Yes.
You know, not necessarily a model, but just a face to sell you a particular sort of ideals, policies.
Correct.
And that's how I've always felt about it. Don't get me wrong, I believe that when they run for the presidency, that they do believe that they're going to make a difference. I do believe that what they want to promise, they really want to do, but when they sit down in the office and they realize, okay, so you told me I can't do any of this stuff? Oh, you mean there's stuff laid out for me already? Oh, so I have to sell these points. And
you know what? I truly believe that. And if you've seen, like, I've watched Obama from the beginning, and you see him young and fiery and really motivated. And by midterm,
complacent, a little mundane, and follow the rule book.
Yes, like
basically.
I'm here to give you this information.
Yeah.
Let me put the smile on my face. Take the information. Thanks, I'm going home.
That's the job.
I feel that. Yes.
It's no different than a CEO trying to win over the public by saying no, our cigarettes aren't addicting. It's just you're trying to sell something, and I think that's the role of the presidency now. It's lost that actual leadership. It's more just you're a spokesperson for the country. That's how I feel. Tell us how you feel. Leave us some comments below, Facebook us. Let us know what you feel about the concept of the presidency in the new millennium. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to get this conversation going because it's controversial, but it's interesting.
Speaking about controversy, and this could be a whole other topic for next time, but I do want to bring it up while we're talking about it. We are, and this is another tight conversation, but we keep it honest with you. And I've always felt that whatever our feelings are, once again, these are our personal, at least, let me not say my personal feelings. And out of that, if you disagree, I just would ask that you respect them or vice versa. But I really feel, and there's a saying, and I'm sure a lot of you know it, you lead the horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink. And I think with a lot of people, you lead them to the water and they look at it and they say, oh, how beautiful, it's going to cool me off. But I don't really feel that there's a wanting attitude a lot within society.
What do you mean?
Example, and this is another great saying.
Okay.
It says, fish for the man, feed him for a night. Teach him how to fish, you feed him for life. And I don't think in America, and there's a lot of SHIT going on, I'm sorry, we spell in my house because of Naya, but the fact is, I don't feel like the government teaches man how to fish. They give them the fish. And though it may be a minimal amount of fish, they're still giving them, whether it's cash funding, food stamps, or any of these things. Now, if you need it, I understand. And depending on people's situations, but they just did a recent study. Do you know the top 2 places that food cash assistance gets taken out at? Drum roll. I can hear it in my head. Top 2 places. Just give me one.
I don't Walmart and Costco. I don't know.
No. Strip clubs and alcohol stores.
Word.
Top 2 places
they take
that
those?
cash assistance. No, I guess there's an ATM.
Oh.
And they take the money out at strip clubs and alcohol places.
I can see that.
So I understand if you need it 100%, there's absolutely no judgment. But there are some people out there collecting the check and working under the table or doing things and doing fraudulent activity. And that takes away from the people who do need it. But you can't tell me that there's, and I don't even know the ratio numbers, but it's I think 1 in every 4 people are on assistance.
Yep.
And once again, to me, why are you going to go, and we're not getting into the election side of things, but if you go into certain demographical areas and you ask somebody what the case of Benghazi is, they're going to look at you and say, who's that?
Yeah.
And that is,
forget about that.
That
if
is,
you ask them anything about what's going on in the United States, they'll say what?
Correct. And that's
not
that's
entertainment.
My concern.
That's not entertainment, by the way.
So do you pick the parent that's giving you the ice cream, or do you pick the parent that says go out and make your own money to make the ice cream?
But then you're giving too much independence. What happens when you give out too much independence? You're not needed anymore.
Yeah, but the government's always need. They need to keep law. They need to keep order. Giving somebody money and making them depend on the government
means that you will not voice your opinion. You will not seek beyond your means of what the government gives you, and you will not see the truth of reality.
So in essence, it's like, for instance, and I tell all my girlfriends, be independent ladies. I don't care if you have your man paying your condo, your BMW, your Lexus or whatever, and he's still giving you shopping money. You keep your own job, because it's just like that. I have some girlfriends, okay, and it's a great analogy. Their boyfriends want them to quit working. Oh, honey, you don't need to go to school. I'm going to take care of you. Don't worry about it. And that gives them the freedom. Some of them, not all of them, because some of the men are great, but not all, some of them, okay, not all.
Okay, she said some.
Okay, I just had to hit that point because I don't want men getting mad at me. Okay, then feel like they have the freedom to do what they want, because unconsciously they know that she can't go anywhere. She's dependent on them. She needs his money.
Exactly.
And it's the same analogy.
But that's the point of it all. Is to maintain control. Even if it's an unconscious control.
Yeah, but,
even if you don't
have
intend
control of successful individuals,
but
not people who don't even know what's going on in the world.
But you don't want too much success means too much independence. Too much independence means too much thinking. Too much thinking means you start to question certain things. Like why did we go to Iraq?
But
why
wait,
did we do this?
things need to be questioned. You want to do something?
They need to be questioned, but the government doesn't want to question
I cannot get over, and once again, we have people, and I'm just using this as the analogy. You have all these Secret Service, ICA intellectual, super trained Jason Bournes out there, okay? And common sense things are not so common. I mean, the other day I read a horrible story, and we're going to be wrapping up because we're coming to the end of our show, and it was on Instagram, and I Googled it, and they're saying it's real. In Yemen, it's been practiced for traditions and traditions and traditions because families don't have money. Older men, I'm saying 30, 40, 50-year-old men, come and buy the youngest daughter off of the family. And the youngest daughter, they start selling the children at 8 years old. A girl just died because internally bleeding because she couldn't take the full man's, we're not going to mention, you use your own imagination.
Google it.
Okay, and because the family needed money. Those are common sense things that should not be happening in the world. Women are being traded over in these countries, being shipped in crates. I mean, how do they, what are those called? Like cargo?
Camels? Like
no, they're on like the big, not ATVs, on the big trucks, the Port of Miami. Like cargo trucks.
The freights? There we go.
Shipping in freights. And some of they open the freights, and because they've been in there so long with urine and everything else, they've actually died. Like, it's absolutely gross. So for the fact that they want to, and I'm not saying they, but whoever, and the people allowing themselves to be undermined and dumb-minded, I'd rather have strong people in our world, in our society, that are going to go tackle these issues.
You would rather that, but that's not what the government, what the world wants. An informed, independent mass is uncontrollable. A naive, neglected, disenfranchised populace is more controllable.
That's so aggravating. You want to know something? Now, I come from a business-minded family, excuse me. And I can remember, and I graduated from a nice high school, Pembroke Pines Charter High, shout out. And, you know, when I graduated, I didn't know how to write a check. I remember Googling how to write a check because I had no concept. And those are the basic fundamental things. I understand, and especially being as an adult, looking back and understanding why the principle of school is so important. It teaches structure and foundation and all of these things, memory retentiveness and everything. But I think they need to, once again, if we're on Jason's viewpoint, I was going to say we need to fundamentally teach our youth, because guess what? In other parts of the world, children that are 5 and 6 aren't having fits on the floor because they didn't get a $60 or $70 video game.
Exactly.
Real world things. But this is a whole nother show. We're winding up.
You've got to wrap up, yes.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and check us out later. Check us out for the next Lowdown.
Don't forget to subscribe, tweet us, follow us, like us, all that good stuff. Thank you for tuning into Lowdown Live. We will catch you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. It's every 2 weeks. It's every 2 weeks. Remember, you guys never told us if you want to go back to weekly. So every 2 weeks, bi-weekly. You guys are the best. We love our fans, and our fans love us. The Lowdown Live.
Bye. Go, Jason.